You are currently in South Africa. Are you seeking a political asylum?
I'm definitely not seeking asylum. I came across to South Africa because I was invited for a meeting. And since then, I've been able to have further meetings and consultations with other individuals and entities.
Last week, there were reports that there's a warrant of arrest. Are you aware, and what are the reasons?
It's a story that's been going on for 3 years. We have someone who is extremely intolerant. I'm talking about Masisi, to the extent that he will mobilize state resources to achieve his self-interest. And I have been a target for all this time because I, amongst others, have spoken out about Botswana, which used to once be a shining star, a wonderful example of democracy on this continent, now reduced to a situation where we see the rule of law is being undermined. There's abuse of power. We see human rights abuses as well. We see attempts to capture 1 or 2 individuals in the judiciary. Fortunately, it's just 1 or 2. The rest remain committed to the principles of justice and fairness. We see corruption and self-enrichment. And all these things wrapped into one have seen that what we have tried to achieve, what we did achieve by those who came before us up until recently, being eroded. We worked very hard for our democracy. Democracy isn't like a tap that you can just switch on and switch off. You have to work on it. If I even give where I am as an example in South Africa, after democratization, it didn't mean it started from that day everybody was suddenly a Democrat. To bring cohesion in society, to get people united, working together in concert with one another. It takes time. It takes individual commitment, and it takes leadership. And that is what has reversed our gains in Botswana, is a failure of leadership currently.
What's your response to people who are saying you don't want to let it go? You still want to have control and influence the current president because you supported him, you actually nominated him.
I had given up office. I went around the nation saying goodbye. How would I want to say goodbye and hello, I'm back? No, I told them, if you've been watching even my social media posts, I've been going around, you've seen me at my farm, you've seen me doing charitable work, giving out, handing over houses, giving out wheelchairs. That's the work I do. That is no threat to his presidency. But he doesn't want to see me appearing in public.
Why?
That's a good question. When I've been invited to schools to do prize giving or to celebrate an anniversary of a school, a day or 2 before I go to the school, they will call me and say, the event is cancelled because you're coming. We've been told we cannot host you. Public officers have been told not to facilitate me. The government media have been told not to cover me. You say why? Who knows? He'd be the one to answer that question. But it's obvious. He just felt that, my era, my legacy, and that of my family and where we come from must be erased. But instead, he has propelled us into a higher profile with these actions instead of burying us. And when I talk about burying us, that's what they want to do literally. That's why we communicated with the United Nations about attempts to poison me.
You can watch the full interview that'll be broadcast on Tuesday, the 1st of December on SABC News channel.